Hey guys, I wanted to show you, I wore this was like the first dress that I wore out in public in years and years and years, and I went to put it on again this morning, and I think it fits really differently, so I wanted to show it to you real quick. See if I can back up enough to show you. Look at this. There's like actually so much room, probably a lot of room, and then this is the craziest thing to me, that like, it's not this. So I put it on this morning, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to be, tugging at it to make sure it's not too tight or too form-fitting or whatever. I'm just wearing it now, which is really exciting. Also, my size 14 jeans, just yesterday, I realized are hiking them up, getting a little bit too big. So excited, so excited. This is my week 27 post-op gastric bypass update. The numbers, to get them out of the way, I was 290 pounds 27 weeks ago. Last week I was 189.2, and this week I am 186.8. So it's a loss of 2.4 pounds this week, and it brings my total to 103.2. So I have it all written down over there. 103.2, that's crazy. And if you go by my highest weight, which is 297, I'm down more than 110 pounds. Crazy. The two exciting things, numbers-wise, and then I'll talk about other stuff. I went and saw my nutritionist, I think I told you guys, and she had said 800 was a goal at 3 months, and I was like struggling to meet that, and then hearing that was too low, and just felt like it was too low, but whatever. Saw her at 6 months and told her my average was about 1,100. And she was fine with it. I'm working out a ton, and she said that's fine. As long as the scale's still moving, you're getting enough protein, you're eating the right stuff, that's fine. So I feel like that was a huge relief. And actually, the 2 days after that, I had pretty low-calorie days. And she talked to me a little bit about eating intuitively. So, eating when you're hungry, stopping when you're comfortably satisfied, comfortably, reasonably full, not stuffed. And I have just been trying to think about that instead of hitting a certain number. And so the first 2 days after I saw her, my calories were like 750. They were super low. And then I had a day at 1,600. And the whole time I was just feeling really zen about it. It was like, I'm eating when I'm hungry, I'm stopping when I'm full. Obviously I'm still tracking everything, and it's not like immediately I'm going to be able to eat totally intuitively and, stop counting everything and stop worrying about portions or whatever. But I think the exciting thing is that the days, one of my lower calorie days when I only had 750, I think normally my instinct would be, oh, this is a lower day. Today is the kind of day when I should have a Vita Top, one of the little dessert muffins, or ooh, I can go and have blah, 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 because I can have it and still be underneath my goal for the day. But then I was like, but you don't have a goal for the day. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're not hungry, why have the dessert just because your calories are lower? And on, one of the days when I had like 1,200 calories or 1,300 calories, rather than beat myself up and say, oh, you're hungry, but you've already had 1,200 calories, try not to eat that. So you're like, well, but I'm hungry, so why don't I have a piece of fruit? I don't know. Clearly it's all so common sense when I say it, but I feel like it was a little mini breakthrough for me. So my calorie average for this week was 1,080, which is a little bit, a smidge lower than it's been. And I feel like part of that is probably just from trying to be more zen with my eating and not focus on my calories as much, which is really, really exciting. And there was actually a day I met my friend, and she hadn't seen me for a few weeks. She's so good to me in terms of the compliments, but she hadn't seen me for a few weeks, and we were meeting outside this restaurant, and she came up and she was like, oh my God, like your legs are so tiny. I carry all my weight in my stomach, and my legs are really small, and now that I'm running, Tom told me it would happen, but I feel like they're getting even smaller really quickly. And she's like, what size are you? And I was like, oh, 14. She's like, you look smaller than a 14. And I said to her, and I tend to have these epiphanies with her without really pre-thinking them. I feel really comfortable talking to her, and I was like, I feel right now like I'm not on a diet. I feel in the last week it's kind of settled into this is just how I eat. I don't feel like I'm restricting myself in terms of like, holding my breath waiting to get to a certain point, or oh, well, if I just don't have that, then I'll get to blah, blah, blah quicker, or, oh, no, I'm on a diet, I can't have that. I mean, honestly, I eat really well, and I eat really healthy, but I feel like a huge part of that is that that's how I feel better. You know what I mean? Like, it's been 6 months. It's been 6 months of not eating crap. So the temptation for me when I go to a restaurant to have, a big bowl of pasta, it's just not even there anymore. Like, I feel like I might have missed that. But now it's habit for me to want to get a salad, and also that's when I eat that, that's what I feel the best eating, or a burger, and I don't eat the top of the bun. Or, it's not like I'm only eating fruits and vegetables and lean protein. I don't want to give you guys the wrong idea. But I'm not eating, like, total garbage, and I feel like it's been long enough now where my taste buds, like, legitimately, truly have changed, and my habits have truly changed. And I was talking to her, and, I was just saying I feel like this is it now. Not that I'm on a diet until I get to some magical point and then I can relax and start eating the things I like again, or, depriving myself because I need to race to a certain period at a certain point. And I definitely did feel that way when I was starting off, and I, in the sense that I was 290 and I wanted to get small quickly. And, getting under Wonderland was exciting, and hitting 100 pounds was exciting. Now I feel pretty normal. And I mean, this is sort of a weird thing to say because I feel like, I don't know, I went to, I was on a panel discussion last night for this group of high schoolers, and we were talking about the media industry. I work in media, and in some ways I feel like this would have been my biggest nightmare, like going back to high school, sitting in front of a room full of high schoolers. Like, I wasn't, though, thinking about, oh, all of them are thinking about how fat I am. Or, I'm sure some of them are making nasty comments. Or, like, I felt like I'm obese still. Like, I'm still bigger than I should be, and it's still immediately apparent to everyone who sees me that I'm bigger than I should be. But I don't feel like that's the first thing necessarily people think about, and I don't feel like it's so extreme that that's, worth being nasty about. So when I was talking to my friend, I was like, I just feel like I'm living it. Like, I feel like, I hope I still get smaller, but I don't feel like, oh, I hope I hit my goal by 1 year, or I hope, I feel like if I lose a pound a week, if I lose half a pound a week, like, that is fine. Because I don't feel like I'm, like, depriving myself or being tortured eating the way that I'm eating. This is a really long ramble. I'm sorry, you guys. And so I went to the gym 5 times this week. I've started really running and kept to 5K, which I did 16 minutes of running on Monday night. So I'm in my 4th week, which is crazy. I mean, that is insane, and that feels awesome. 16 minutes of running. So we're going to do a 4-mile run in July, I think I said, and I can start to feel like, okay, maybe that's not completely bonkers. Like, maybe that's not just another planet insane. Because, 4 weeks ago, I was proud to run 60 seconds, and in the 4th week, you run 5 minutes straight, and I can do it. I can do it twice, and then I can do 2 intervals of 3 minutes. So that is really, really exciting. The only other thing, just from talking to my friend, and I hate to ramble so much about it, but I feel like a lot of people talk about body dysmorphia when they get to a certain point, not even to goal, but like, oh, I still see myself as a fat person, oh, I still see myself at 300 pounds or 290 pounds or whatever they started. And I had my friend ask me about that, and I just wanted to share my experience, which is that I feel like this is the mental picture I've had of myself my whole life. And, when I envision myself going through life, this is sort of the size that I think of myself as, like sturdy, solid, healthy, all these things. I don't think, obviously, that I'm thin or that I'm skinny, but I think of myself as just sturdy and present and whatever. And then I would see pictures of myself and be horrified, because that, to me, was sort of this unreality. So now being here at this size, I feel like my reality and my mental picture of myself really match up. And, obviously, as I continue to lose weight and, as I get into the 70s and the 60s and the 50s, are you sure? Then I think I might hit some sort of like, oh, I'm not used to being, I can't imagine myself, blah, blah, blah. But right now I just feel like it's in line with my self-identity. I don't know. I feel like that was my body dysmorphia. This is it, you know. But once again, super long video, super rambling. So chat with you guys later. Bye.